Yo, that's on me. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Like that. Yippee! Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Guys, we can count to 10, and welcome. We've got a guest here, as you can see, going away in a moment. Not supposed to be up here.
Well, thank God he finally left.
I know.
So, how are we all doing, guys? Welcome to another Underpeel stream. So today, I've got Yawa here, and I've got me, Brad the Bruh. We're going to be casting a pretty fun game, it looks like, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely important to both of these teams, I believe, from what I've heard at least, to win this match. I think they're going to give us some great plays.
Yeah, I mean, right now, we've got NOB versus SM. And the first map we're going to be going into is Bind. That's SM's map pick. So, like, walking into this, let's kind of talk about how SM and NOB, this dynamic going on where both teams really want to win this game.
They do, and it's insane that, like, the desperation that we're going to see going forward is just gonna be crazy. I mean, we've really cut it close to the wire here, and as this progresses, it's only getting more serious.
Yeah, NOB, I mean, NOB really would love to see this win, because if they can win this convincingly, they'll be a much higher seed, probably towards the 12th seed, maybe even 11th seed. Well, if they lose this, they could drop all the way to the 16th seed, but even more importantly, SM, this could be their deciding match to get into Champs, happening December 6th.
And out of curiosity, between the two picks, who are you looking forward to seeing the most out in live action today?
Well, you know, both teams have actually been pretty good contenders, as you know. They're both contenders for Champs. And I really think I'd like to see how kind of desperate SM are, because if this starts going bad for them, I really want to see them try to kind of keep it together here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got a good act so far, I believe. Like, I've heard a couple things about their practices, and honestly, I'm looking forward to both teams and how they perform. And I don't know. I might be leaning a little biased, only because of the art, though, on Team NOB.
Really? Well, you know, casters, I don't think we should have bias, but the art is pretty great, we must admit. So, speaking of NOB's art, let's go ahead and pull up their
Well,
currently. So we're going SM first. It looks like, actually, this match sucks, right? They've had a pretty good lineup. We have Bluify, a pretty confident Reyna main, as we know. He's also played Jet in quite a few games. We have the prolific LavFX, Everyone knows him at this point. Who else? Who else are you looking at closely, Yala?
I'm looking a little towards. I believe they have a subbin today.
Yes, they
Correct?
do.
Yes, I believe it is Stella one. I want to say is the name if I'm that correct. They've got an interesting lineup and very unexpected. I don't know how advanced that was, but I'm thinking I want to see if that kind of brings a mix into their team comp a little and see how well versed they are.
Yeah, a lot of times you do see how these subs coming in can completely change the team comps, and for some teams it's done great, and other teams it has been disastrous. So going into this first game on Bind, we'll have to see how that kind of switches things up. So going on to Team Knob, though, once again, another pretty great lineup. First things first, you've got Ulias and Booker, two pretty prolific members in the Underpeel community. They've been especially Ulias has been long stayed in the community.
Yeah, and then you've got B Cabs and Homester, which have been. I mean, they've been pushing pretty hard so far in the past couple of times we've either seen them or seen them in the in-houses and just in the community in general. I think they're going to have quite the game show today.
Mm-hmm. So do remember, though, Homester is also getting subbed out by Odd Toaster today. And once again, Odd Toaster, another pretty popular member in the community. Once again, both teams have subs today. How do you think that's going to change this dynamic?
I think it might just throw a wrench into a few of the plans, honestly. I mean, they've been practicing so much, I'd imagine, with each other that while I'm sure they've practiced with their subs, it's just I don't know how expected you can really go with it with just subbing somebody out. It just I'm hoping we see maybe you can never know really. It's really undetermined.
Yeah, and I really think that's what makes this whole game so much more exciting, because not only do you have these stakes coming into this game, but you also have two unknowns that are kind of being put into this whole game. So we've already mentioned that the first game is Bind, right? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's take a peek at the map actually. Let's see what we're working.
Yeah, so as you can see from the bans and picks here, the first game is going to be Bind, as we've said, which was Nob's pick. SM's pick. Now, the second game is going to be Ascent, which I think, despite it being kind of a boring map to watch, there can be some really fun strategies in the Underpeel that we've seen.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of, honestly, very strange strategies come out, but we've also seen some very, very, serious stuff. And we've seen these lineups from almost across the entire map just to do work, and there's millions of them on Ascent, I swear.
Yeah, at this point, when the map hasn't changed for so long, people have just built up their lineup knowledge to where you've got Sovas going from, like, T-Spawn to Sova Shock Dart Sabrosa or something. There's some insane lineups that I've seen in these games. Even crazier,
Absolutely.
though, is we've seen some interesting picks. On Ascent and normal pro play, you usually see the same few comps, right? But surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, if you think about it, in Underpeel, we've seen a lot of cool and interesting comps. I mean, we've seen Harbor comps in a couple games. We've seen plenty of Breach picks on Ascent. So what do you think the comps are going to be coming into this?
The comps. It seems to be a pattern here in the Underpeel that there has to be a neon at least once in a match. And it's just I'm expecting it again. I'm hoping, I know I'm not supposed to have bias, but I'm hoping to see some Deadlock gameplay. My absolute favorite.
Hey,
and honestly, easiest way to get me to root for you. Easiest.
Fair enough. Ascent on Deadlock has always been hilarious. There's some crazy plays you can do with Deadlock that no one ever really expects, because no one ever plays Deadlock. So these teams that are trying to come in and just try to make these picks that nobody has practiced against, it might do them very well.
Absolutely, and then something is a bit interesting to me is that they've picked Abyss as the decider. Now, how do you, if we make it to the decider, if What do you think is going to play out there?
Well, Abyss has been a pretty scrappy map, actually. Especially recently in these games, you've seen so many players falling off as well. Oh my
Quite
goodness!
literally.
Even in mid, I think we've seen what 2 or 3 players now fall into the mid just from misjumps. And I think it's always super entertaining of a map. So if it gets down to this 1-to-1 on Abyss, this is gonna be an amazing game to watch if we get there.
Absolutely. And honestly, I mean, I wish we had a counter somewhere. I think when the map first came out, we counted as like a joke during the under or the in houses, but I I couldn't tell you. I mean, it was at least in the 60s pretty quickly too. I mean, it was hilarious.
I mean, I've probably fallen off on Abyss at least 60 times by now, so.
And that I agree with. Probably myself as well. Too many to count.
To be fair, I am a Neon main, so. Neons, you see them slide off the map a lot. Look, just because I've slid off the map at least 20 times, though, doesn't mean I'm a bad Neon player. It means I'm playing Neon correctly.
That's a much more interesting way to put it than I've ever heard.
Yeah, I think I'm just coping for the fact that I've fallen off Abyss too many times.
The slide makes it far too easy.
Hey, well, it's all good. But speaking of Abyss, we have been seeing teams kind of start figuring this map out more and more. Because now that it's been in the map rotation for quite a while, we've seen teams opt more for a B heavy strategy, but in many cases, trying not to plant backside because these backside plants on B can be pretty devastating on the retakes. They can just get completely pushed back past danger and lose the round off of it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame to say that I seem to be lacking in that department. Ah man, getting turned around on that map seems very easy for me.
Yeah, it does, but I think if these teams have just good overall macro on Abyss, they can actually play a game that is really mind gamey because normally you don't see like full mid rushes unless it's an eco round where you go through doors to vent, something like that on Abyss. But so many teams now are able to get lurkers up mid in just the perfect timings.
Yeah, and it's just it. I mean, speaking of the teams, like let's take a look really quick here at the mismatched socks, like their logo art and everything about them. Do you think they're going to be as mismatched in their comp as their team describes in their name?
Well, historically they haven't been. They've used quite a few comps that are the same as the meta comp or very close to the meta comp. Um, but as we have Bluify on here, Bluify's been pretty much just Jet Reyna, right? Um, and with Reyna in the comp, sometimes you kind of have him just going off. There was a sunset game where I believe Bluify got about 30 kills on Reyna, and it was crazy for him too.
That I don't doubt. Yeah, we've seen a lot of crazy. I mean, the plays we've seen here are sometimes the most wildest things I could only dream of pulling off. But especially with the fast pacing we've got here, I'm really hoping to see some of that play out, and I want to see an ace. I think I've said this every time I'm up here, but I just don't feel like we see enough of them.
No, I don't think we've seen a single 6K in the entire Underpeel, have we? This
You
season, at
know,
least.
I don't think we have. No.
Yeah, I mean, Clove is a pretty prolific agent, though I think Clove has been getting significantly less common as time goes on because they've been nerfed, what, 3 times in a row now, or is it just 2 times? Not only has the ult's been reduced in timer, but the heal timer
Yeah.
reduction, the smoke nerf, etc.
Yeah, Clove has definitely been Definitely been tampered with a few times, you could say.
And it's very similar to Viper in the meta, where Viper was super, super popular for quite a while when they were meta, but when Viper got nerfed, about nobody ever used them in underpeel, like at all. I believe we
Yeah,
saw like an Ascent match with a Viper or something. But besides that, there hasn't been much Viper play other than on Icebox, which is not even in the rotation
no,
anymore.
not really. And we've also seen, I mean, speaking of agent changes, I mean, the Cypher changes recently. I mean, I've seen a lot of, a lot less Cypher picks in comp lately than before.
Yeah, I think that's an indirect Neon buff too, because Neon's been really powerful for quite a while, and it's kind of really frustrating. So people pick Cypher kind of to counter this Neon pick, even on places like Bind, where you really need that to stop this Neon push. I think this could be absolutely dominant for Neon, kind of going back to that first map Bind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a bit of a prediction here. It's a little off topic, but where do you think for the next agent they're going to have something to do with the regen shield that was recently added?
Well, I think it's really powerful on a few agents, actually. I think specifically Clove is a great agent for Regen Shield because you can have your heal, but you can't have 3 heal or 2 heals in a round. I think it's great because it has the opportunity to go into next round even after you've lost your shield.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think honestly, they've seemed to have a bit of a pattern I've noticed where they add something or change a feature just before they want to make a change or a major change. Like I think they might add a next agent that's going to involve re-giving shield somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really cool. Like an agent that can heal shields would actually be really interesting, and that would shake things up a lot too.
We've seen a lot of healing agents, but really the only ones that can overheal their quote unquote their shield is just mainly Reyna and Clove, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess technically KO because he gets 800 HP when he is down,
True.
but that I wouldn't say that counts.
That's true, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think that would count as just the same as just a good old shield regen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that we get something soon for that, but nonetheless, we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. The introduction of Regen Shield, though, has actually gotten quite a few people kind of angry because you see a lot, and even in my comp games, you will hit people for 160 or 165 damage. And they won't be dead because you hit them for 40, and then they unswing, and then they heal their shield up. And then you hit them again, and then they unswing, and they heal their shield up.
The vicious cycle. Oh yeah, I've done it too many times.
And, that's why early in Valorant Sage was so great, because there was really no other way. There was so much chip damage with all the Raze meta that was going on that people really wanted to heal, and Sage also could self-heal at that time really well, just as well as her player team heals. So kind of going back to the Regen Shield here, this self-healing ability I think is so powerful that people need to start realizing that they need to be countering it with stuff like Outlaw, stuff like the Phantom buffs, which I believe the Phantom buff was a direct response to the introduction of Regen Shield.
And what I've heard some controversy around on the platform so far that they don't think the Phantom is an actual buff to it.
I think that's completely ridiculous.
Right, and I kind of get where they're going, but at the same time, it's like the Phantom kind of needed it. I mean, you can't count how many times I would be far away from somebody, and just nothing came from it. But I mean, I do think it's a buff.
No, yeah, of course, because when they added Regen Shield, So many people are buying Regent Shield instead of Full Shield now. So
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
that, I mean, the 140 instead of 124 is just game changing.
Absolutely. Can't count how many times I would hit somebody and they're just that 124. It's taunting. It's taunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten a lot more 140 dinks recently. I haven't gotten many 124 dinks. It's almost like they removed them. So coming into this first map, it looks like we're finally going to be starting in a couple minutes at least. What do you think is going to be happening on Bind, since we've seen so commonly Cypher, even with the nerfs, and Neon with all the buffs?
I think it's guaranteed. I am so confident on this. I would not put money on it, but I'm very confident, I swear, that there will be a Neon. I think we're going to get a great Neon showing. I think we're going to get maybe I'm hoping for some Yoru because as you know, with Bind having the teleporters and Yoru being able to leave teleporters, it's really I feel it's very strong, especially for the map.
Yeah, very similar to how the fake TPs with Omen work. Though Omen's not a very common pick on Bind, you still see it being really great for fakes. I also think that Yoru can be wonderful for that same reason, but I think Yoru may be even more powerful for faking the TP because he can teleport to anywhere on the map, while Omen has to stay outside the TP.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just for this specific in the comp that we're about to get into, I feel like we're going to see some definitely. I'm hoping for some wacky plays. Just I'm not asking for anybody to clip farm, but hey, that's what we're here for, right?
Hey, there have been some insane clips. And I don't mean insane good either, I mean some whiffs. There have
Oh,
been some of the most insane whiffs I've ever seen in coordinated play. And you know, I think though it can be like feel bad for the player, in the end I think everyone can like laugh about it because it is pretty funny.
it is. I love watching. I wish we had a little more fail compilations of Valorant plays. Everybody kind of just clips their highlights, which I understand. It's great to clip your highlights, but man, appreciating the things that you manage to, muster under pressure and just a little showing of bad plays is never a bad thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. In fact, anyone in chat that would love to do that, that fail compilation would be amazing. Thank you.
I believe here in a few minutes we're getting started.
So yeah, going ahead toward the expectations, you think that there's going to be a neon here, and I think it's a good chance here because, I mean, the Cypher nerfs are pretty devastating. If a team can be able, either Knob or Mismash Socks, if either of them can be able to get a good coordinated hit through A, I think that A hit will be unstoppable with Neon because Neon stun into U-Haul is pretty much all you need to clear the entire space. So all that needs to be done basically is to have a coordinated hit where Neon can be supported with utility.
And that supportive utility could come greatly from an agent like Breach.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Breach Neon has always been a great combo. Breach Yoru, Breach Neon. So, do you think we could even see a Breach Yoru Neon on one team?
Uh, a very terrifying idea. I mean, the supportive abilities from Breach alongside two of the I'd say the most versatile of the duelists would be almost insane work. I mean, we'd see, depending on how they'd play, we could see an amazing match.
Yeah, I think that the Yoru Neon combo that has come out a few times could be completely devastating on. So, it looks like final.
Looks
So,
like we're in, but with a 4v5, might have had some problems in the background.
hey, and look at that. Remember, the deadlock pick coming in. Wow.
And there's the breach, but I'm seeing a raise. Surprisingly, yet no neon. Will Lav be able to maybe fill in my wallet? Oh no.
Yeah, Lav has not historically been a Neon player. I believe Lav has played Neon once or twice, but looking toward Knob's comp, this is a novelty, that's for sure. I mean, Brim is
I
a very
see.
common pick on Bind, but
Yeah, and I'm seeing a
Breach,
lot of
Deadlock,
orange over
Fate.
there.
It's almost like they decided for the orange comp. Yeah, you're right. And on the other side of Bind, you have a pretty typical Viper Omen pick, but realizing that they're in a 4v5, the Sky Reyna, I think, are the two best pieces of the puzzle to kind of try to get them through, because they're kind of just going to be relying on Bluify on Reyna to get a lot of kills here, because the 4 versus 5 is not a situation that you normally want to be in.
Yeah, and I'm noticing a bit. They're focused a little more on maybe a tactical advantage with the two controllers and Sky for the group heals, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
Still, I think it's a good plan coming in, because the Viper Omen historically has been able to get a short control just like no other, right? You have the Viper Wall Orb combo that just makes it absolutely devastating for space creation, especially if the enemy team doesn't have a way to deny that. So, despite the fact that SM is down one man, they still may be able to pull this off.
And I'm pretty confident they might be able to, because so far I'm still expecting a high octane match here.
Yeah, especially with Bluify on Reyna. It's been pretty exciting, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're going to see here in
Control instead, while Team Knob is going for a pretty common default setup.
and we're off.
And so you have the opening pick with Odd Toaster killing Orangers all the way up long, but Stellabun has gotten behind them in Hookah, maybe on for a 3k here. Gets one, able to fall back. BCAP goes Bluify. Unfortunately, BCAP's able to assassinate the Viper, leaving Lav in a 1v4, trying to retake from a smoked off Hookah.
Cover going out.
Unfortunately, it's not gonna go well for him, as the first round pretty decisively goes toward Knob.
Oh, and very decisive it was. As it ends their pistol rounds, we get to see Knob start buying up some weaponry. But I believe, forgive me for not knowing this, but do they get increased eco over there for mismatched socks or no?
On the custom game, it doesn't look like it. Bluify does not have the free half shields. Oh, sorry, Bluify does not have the extra money that you'd normally get. So this round's gonna start out with a contact by Knobs up into Hookah, just logging out the space while basically everyone else is playing fast rotate on this match soccer. Oh, and unfortunately, Julius able to get the opening pick here as Knob starts to flood on Spite. There's the mismatch socks back Spite though, and they go down immediately. Hitting Lav again in the 1v5.
Spike planted.
Oh, and a shame on the spray and pray winning the round. As they bring it home for, again, another round win for NOB. Bring it 0-2, NOB's favor.
Yeah, that fast rotate setup was pretty interesting, and it looks like SM's gotta basically continue this fast rotate setup because they have one less player. They're just trying to be able to get to the site that NOB is hitting because I think they're aware that NOB is just gonna try to disrespect with their extra player. Coming into hookah here. Pressuring Stella out of hookah. And instead, now, NOB is going to be splitting the site. Just looking long, though. Trying to get some kind of pick, but the entirety of Mismatch is already rotated back to B. And that's the call for NOB. Now NOB is going to be able to get a site in that rotate, but Lav getting traded out by Odd Toaster, but Bluify also getting B caps. It's now a fair 3v3 and still on a great flank. Looking on one, but killing Ulius. Odd Toaster though, striking back at Bluify. Orangers trading Odd Toaster, putting it 1v1. Stella versus Booker. Down. Oh, and Stella able to get the round for Mismatch Socks. Great 1v1 there. So, those 3 rounds done, that's great that Mismatch Socks was able to get this round even in the 4v5. And this round coming up is going to be our clear comms round. We're gonna
Thank you, Booker.
Yeah. Fight for
Wait, do we
fight
take
for
bomb or
showers. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Shadows traveling.
Get that stun up.
Stun.
Grabbing more. Nice. I'm gonna TP out. Y'all can stay for a minute. I want to confuse them a little bit.
They shot that, right?
Reyna and Sky are here.
No, that was me. I
That's
shot.
Reyna and
Okay.
Sky. All right, I'm gonna fade ult Psych. Good and TP out.
I'm ready.
Your fear!
Watch out, wait, Villager and Brim. You go
Cycle
short.
clear. Cycle clear.
Heaven.
Evan. Nading.
All right.
Running default.
I have Heaven. I need a flank hold.
I'm gonna check flank.
Omen out. Dead.
Triple. Triple.
Strike down.
Sky triple.
Short. Really nice.
And Reyna's CT right
Hit
now.
80. Sky hit 80.
Can we pick up bomb in TP?
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be
Hi.
hard, though.
Careful
Oh,
you.
there-
Careful you.
we
Careful
definitely do
you.
it. Let's
Got it.
go.
Got it.
Okay, nice.
Follow. Hold that. Hold that. Good shit.
Alright, this is perfect.
Yep.
One TP.
Both,
Let's
both.
Oh, I'm smoking hookah.
yeah,
Plenty
plan for
backside.
CT.
Plant
Nice. This
backside.
is perfect.
I'm gonna
Villager,
molly
can
their
you go
drops.
CT
I'm swinging off
and,
Brim. Swinging off Brim.
and stun when they go?
Out. Stun.
Both,
Player
both.
standing. One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Good shit.
One off
Shit
Brim here.
toaster. Yeah. And they're gonna be. Yeah, they're on eco, so this is a good round to use.
Yeah, so that was a great clear comms round, honestly. You saw how efficiently NOB was able to work the map and kind of hit the site there. It looks like
I mean, yeah.
Oh, finally you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just realized that having some technical difficulties again. Wouldn't be the underpeel without them.
This is a very interesting setup by Mismatch Socks here.
Absolutely. As we enter this next round, looks like they're taking the offensive, slowly pushing out. Might get an interaction here. Maybe as Deadlock slowly wrap. No, completely misses. So we're gonna see the whole team flank here.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely
Playing
outstanding.
attack now.
Can they get the kills they need though?
Wow, 2 kills come out by Orangers, putting it into a 3v3, a fair 3v3, as the entirety of Mismatch Sox plays retake. Bomb is down, but Orangers able to get a third on Ulias. Stuck as Booker able to flank and kill 1, but Orangers on for the ace now. He's killed 4 in a 1v1 fight, but the bomb is down and Booker. Only 1 left on Knobs. Is he about to get knifed? No! All up to Orangers. But he gets deadlock ulted and has to save.
Oh, what a shame, and a very close play as well. Almost seeing that ace from Orangers come out.
Wow, that was so unfortunate. The timing of Stella trying to flank there, but just not quite being able to.
Oh, absolutely. And it was just, I mean, a beautiful play still by Orangers. I mean, absolutely. Taking out the orange from their team in a very, very good manner.
Yeah, since that deathball contact unfortunately didn't work, it looks like it's back to the default setup again, though.
I mean, I'd say it kind of worked. So we're going to see some confrontation almost immediately. That Viper ult coming out. We'll see how it plays.
You know, it looks like the entirety of NOB is trying to spam into this ult. Already at half HP here. Oh, and Stella able to get spammed by Ulias. Viper ult's down now, and the entirety of NOB is rushing out onto site as Bluify gets traded out. Lab on a flank. Oh, able to get 1. And Orangers,
Spike down B.
fortunately, both get traded out.
And a very close play as well, especially from the flank from Lav. Almost granting them the kills they need. I believe we're entering a... Oh, that's next round. Alright. Let's see how this round goes.
What do you think the strategy's got to change for Mismatch Sox here?
I mean, I feel like their all-out push on the one that site worked really well.
Yeah, but the question is, how do they get this man advantage? NOB, I mean, they just keep taking space and taking space. As you can see this round, they're taking hookah and long. What is Stella? What is Stella and what is Orangers to do?
I mean, as they slowly back off, trying to find any interaction they can to just get a pick somewhere to bring that man advantage they've got down.
And they might with Lav flanking, even though Ulias does get 1, and Lav does get 1 on the flank, and it's still gonna be a problem, but Fatal comes out. Ulias pushes on the site and is able to kill Stella, but Stella does trade for decaps. It's a 2v3 right now. You see that man advantage.
Last player standing.
Oh, and Villager, unfortunately, able to kill Lav, putting Orangers in a 1v3.
We'll have to see how it plays out as Oranges begins to make their way almost to their flank, hoping to catch somebody off guard.
And they very well may not, because look at this double setup with Ulias and Booker both watching short here.
Yep, with that net, they know that they're very aware of it now.
You never know, though. You've seen 1v3s more insane than this. But Orangers, he's
If
running
anyone
out of
can do it.
time. His high-low setup is just devastating. The triple swing, and Orangers just decides to save.
And some would say it's smarter to run than to fight something you know you can't win. Orangers confirms a save of the gun as we move to the next round. I believe we've got a timeout here.
It does look like there's a timeout here. Coming out at 18 seconds. So it looks like Mismatch Sox finally does call their first timeout here. And clear comms is not on. Well, that's alright. So what do you think Mismatch Sox need to do? Because they're constantly just down one single player. And it's in the 5v4, they've constantly been able to get good trades out, but they haven't been able to get that man advantage that they really need.
And they're just really lacking that foothold grab that they need. I mean, they can, like you've been saying, they can get those picks, they can get the trades off, but it's just really they just can't sustain it for long. And if anything, I think their best round so far would have been the one where they just all chose a site and just rushed forward. I think it was a good play, good strategy, and I think if they do it again, they might be able to muster up a few round wins under their belts.
Yeah, the 5-man death ball was pretty convincing. Unfortunately, it did kind of rely on Orangers getting a lot of kills, but I think it still could be a convincing strategy because they're not being proactive enough. I agree. This I get immediately cleared out of hookah, but it does have it immediately obliterated by all that util and lab.
Brutal.
Out. Once again, 2v5, Bluify and Orangers against the world, and looks like Orangers not even against anything because the entirety of NOB is rotated.
And if that isn't fear, I don't know what is. Clearly, a scared of Orangers.
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, NOB does get
Spike planted.
They're coming out, but Bluify able to get 2. Could equalize this round here because now in the 3v2, Orangers has used the Sky Ogre. Oh, 3 people. Towards. And Orangers able to get 2, 1v2.
Standing.
Recaps putting Bluify in the 1v1, and Bluify gets the round! The 2v5 coming out on the retake. This match sucks. 2-6 now. Absolutely wonderful.
Wow, and a beautiful showing of teamwork and util by Orangers and Bluify there. I mean, really just working hand in hand together.
No, that exactly is what they needed, and now they might just be able to get that momentum to get back if they can get a little more proactive, because Lav has been proactive, but it's the only person that has been.
And hopefully it gives them that confidence they need to keep pushing forward every round they can. As it looks like we're going up to a bit of a slow start, but with A completely free, we're going to see NOB take the site.
Could have good timing here on the flank because, look, just like last time, you have 4 people from Mismatch Sucks on the flank. This time you have Lav baiting. Ooh. So Lily is able to take down Lav. BCAP's able to take out Orangers and Bluify, and Stella falls. Oof.
And a brutal round. I mean, with them knowing that they, knew their position already, I feel like you could have just shot the sound sensor at that point.
Well, I think Lav was trying to bait, but unfortunately, the entirety of NOB, BCAPS was just so aware of those flankers because so often now Mismatch Socks has been sending too many people flank.
They may continue to do so, as I'm seeing a bit of a stack up in hookah.
Oh, unfortunately, Orangers trades out for Ulius, but that will be enough as the rest of NOB is left to be long. AvFX is here alone, trying to hold it out with a sheriff.
As we enter a bit of a standstill, despite only being one person, Lav holding their own pretty strong, keeping them there, tucked into that corner at Garden.
Look at this,
Well,
a great timing by Stella and Lav to flank, but he's not aware. I'm not sure they are.
Spike planted.
Face your fear!
Nice shot by Lav in the smoke. And then Stella also able to get one. It is a 2v2, but Mismatch Socks both have bad guns. Bluify now has one. And this is the 2v2 retake they've needed.
And this is a
player
good
Going on.
wrap.
One enemy
Bluify
remaining.
trading out. Raise ult made, but Bluify able to dodge it. And he gets the
Nope.
round again!
Beautiful gameplay. Wow, as Bluefy takes around. I mean, a wonderful dodge.
That Raise ult dodge with the Reina dismiss to win the
An
round.
an
It was the
absolute.
second time that Bluify has won that kind of 1v1 situation, and it's looking
Oh.
kind of hopeful here, actually. Despite 3-7, this Mismatch Socks could make a comeback here.
I believe their stronger half will definitely be on attackers, where they can pair all of their strengths together onto one site, while NOB will be forced to split it up to defend each site. We might see them take advantage of that, hopefully, here in the next half, coming soon.
As unfortunately, Stella's just holding down A all alone, but has the op. Unable to get the opening pick, though. Now getting smoked off.
Prepare for
The rest of
hellfire.
NOB pulling it out. Getting A. Fortunately, 3 people in this match Socks go down as
Have them now!
Booker ults flank to kill Blue.
Spike planted.
Oh. That's a bit of a shame as that round comes to an end. Still in
Be
NOB's
honest.
favor, 3-8. I do have to say it was seeming a little bit toxic there, but I don't know. It's bit. I'd say it defines overkill.
Hey, well, you know, Deadlock ult hasn't been used in a while. Might as well go ahead and use it. And now this round, looks like there's going to be an early clash. Into short. As a kill comes out early from BCAS, killing Lav. Bluify, killing Booster.
One enemy remaining.
Taking out Orangers. Trades back and forth. Now it's 3v1 for Stella on the flank again, but probably
Spike
going to be
planted.
expected at this point. Spotted.
Spotted, they know. The flash comes out.
And yet doesn't kill. But Stella is able to get one, but not quite able to get the 3v1. Putting 3-9 Curse onto the field.
And there's hoping, right? Hopefully we'll see them coming out and close to the top. As they enter their attack half, I do still believe Mismatch Socks can win this, especially on attack half. With that 4-man power, they can still go ahead and push through their defenses. Meanwhile, they just have to do it quick while the other team side is still scrambling to get to their team to help.
I agree, because if they can find the site that has 2 players and just push those 2 players out, Mismatch Socks really has a chance here on attack. Significantly more of one than on defense, at least.
And let's see how it plays.
Still, looks like there's going to be early aggression from
Down
NOB.
A.
As the Raise-Nade gets 2, and there's a spam battle coming out on the right side of short. NOB running through, but getting mollied. 2 dying to Bluify as well. Now a 2v3 for Bluify and Stella to try to convert this. Raina Flash coming out. Wow. Villager getting killed by Bluify and
enemy
Stella.
remaining.
Also trading out Odd Toaster. Now it's just a 1v1 for Stella. Onto Booker. Both are at full HP. But Booker has the bomb.
And with some awareness, it looks like we're... Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Stella not quite able to convert the rounds.
Yes, there it is. A good play as well, and a great planning by Stella, but it just turned to not be enough.
You know, it was a great read by Booker, too. Being able to swing all the way out shower like that, you could see that Stella was not ready whatsoever for that fight. So now, I mean,
Out of
that
the
proactivity by Nob, though, I think was very smart.
It was. I mean, especially with the planning and the game sense to know that they would go through showers. I mean,
Deployed.
you can really tell their experience with the game.
Booker able to get the opening pick on Orangers here, and now Bluify crouched and getting spammed by the Marshal of all things. Unfortunately, kind of already a hopeless situation for Lab and Stella.
Let's see if they can make it up still. As it does look like we're about to get a confrontation on A.
Just a little bit of contact made by Ulius.
Enemy
Off the
remaining.
peak by Stella, and it happens. Now just a 1v5 with a Marshal.
If it's anyone, Lav.
Cover going out.
Lav can do it.
Yeah, with the Regen Shield here, once again, you've seen this Regen Shield regen this 25 HP, which could be vital here. Lav instead opting for the for the no scope, but unfortunately it misses as he gets spammed to the wall.
Still that wonderful attempt, though, by Lav. Hopefully we'll see some... hopefully some take back here soon.
It looks like this round actually is going to be our next clear comms round, being this this third round. So let's see how both teams kind of interact, because both forced.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Clear comms, maybe. Ooh, nice opening pick by Bluify and Orangers, killing two just like we said. Pushing out those two players, and now it's a 4v3 for them for the first time this half. Able to push on site and kill a third, too. B-caps. And flank. We're able to kill Lav, but still a 3v2. Now a 3v1. Looks like finally going their way from this box. Bluify able to clear out the round with a nice Guardian shot.
My priority is their
You can see a few comments over there on what we saw, and I want to say that we didn't. And we'll see how this plays out as we enter the next round here. It looks like we're still... I'd say they're good on eco, at least, from that round before.
Yeah, mismatch sucks. Kind of going for the same thing as last time, just trying to push out the people shower, but Nob has no one shower this round.
toxin screen down.
Dog does spot one, as all of these stuns are coming out, but there's a trade between Booker and Orangers, both falling. Now Lav pushing back site to kill Villager as well. And Toaster is dead. Now it's just a 4v2. A 3v2 once again. Site and the bomb about to go down.
One enemy remaining.
Lav trading for one, now a 2v1. Great
Oh,
round so far by this.
But still, if BCAPS plays their cards right, they can manage this. They can pull it off.
One enemy remaining.
Speaking
There it
of,
is.
he gets one really great shot and has info on where Bluify is. Nades out. Now BCAPS is full, while Bluify is full, and Bluify able to close out the round. Wow. 2 rounds in a row going to mismatch socks, the first of the game.
It really does seem like they're just starting to pick up their pace again. With that confidence, that fire lit under them, we can see them start pulling us back.
Yeah, and on this attack side, now that Nob's on an eco round, they might have this momentum. They just need to grip it hard enough.
As we begin to enter the next round, let's see what's going on. It's instantly almost a wall straight off the rip. Trying to slow them down, but instantly broken as they start to flood into showers.
Yeah, Mismatch Sox with the showers control, they're pretty confident, but Booker has the read with the Bucky now close. Oh.
Last player
And
standing.
there it goes. There's the Bucky 1-2 on the Bluify Orangers. And now Booker has a gun.
And it being a 1v4, things aren't looking as good as they could be.
Oh, and unfortunately the crossfire comes out by Villager and Booker, ending off the round.
Match point.
Bringing us to match point 5-12 in Nob's favor. Can Nob finally take this map home and get on with the next one? Or will Mismatch Sox continue to bring it forward into their own game?
Sound sensor up.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking tough, but we have seen comebacks before. This time it looks like Mismatch Sox is instead going for the typical lurk setup while a few people in Knobs are all taking a shower. Like support from the Fade Dog, Villager's able to get some damage. The spam the blue fire. We take the downs already. Maybe, and it may be faster than what Knob can handle. Massive fights coming out as Lav and Bluify both kill one. Uli is striking back with 3! Going through showers and now the last person alive on Mismatch Sox' Stella. Only 36 HP to be seen.
But with a possible
this.
good flank here, when no one looks like they're suspecting, we might see Stella be able to pull it through.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. But now Odd Toaster is watching both sides of the flank, and what can Stella do? Everything is known now. Everything's being watched, and
Toxins going up.
the entirety of Knob is a bastion.
Screen down.
Checking absolutely everything, cannot be too careful as they slowly begin to peek out, but... Oh, and that's the game.
That's it. Coming out now, 13-5, the final score. Honestly, Mismatch Sox did relatively well for the fact that they had 4 players that whole game.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, still bringing it 5, and they plenty of times gave the run for their money. I mean, it just kept going. You know, they just kept it pushing despite the odds, and it seemed like they really just kept the pressure on as much as they could.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to be going on right now between the 2 maps for just a short intermission.
Sounds like we're getting to go on to a short break here.
Yeah, so we will see you guys right after the break. And
Alright.
we are back, guys. Once again, this is me, Brad the Bro, and
And I
my
believe
co-caster
Yawa
with me, Yawa.
200. How's it going? So, what the first game? What are you? I mean, what do you think we can expect coming into the second map?
Well, the first thing we can expect is not a 4v5, because we actually have gotten a sub in for Mismatch Socks, so thankfully it's not going to be... So the sub that we are having today is Alex, it looks like. Pretty common to see Alex coming in for other teams. Great person. Pretty prolific in the scene.
Very, and it's it might. I'm hoping. I mean, it's better than a 4v5, definitely, but sometimes it can create conflict, and hopefully that's not the case here. I think they'll work well together. I think we're gonna have a good game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Alex works great with other teams, and I think considering Mismatch Sucks play that last game, this second game is going to be a lot closer, especially on this Ascent.
Absolutely, and it fits the name. Absolutely, Mismatch Socks. Having quite the mismatched team making so far.
Hey, well, that's what happens when your captain doesn't show up, but it's all good because this next map is going to be Ascent. Considering what you saw last game, what do you think is going to be coming in from both teams?
I'm thinking definitely. I have yet to see, I believe, an Ascent game without a Sova. I know I said this about Neon earlier, but absolutely, Sova is a must. I'm keen on this.
Well, there was no Neon last game, so I'll have to stay a bit wary of your predictions. But
I'm still
it's
not
looking
betting
like
money on this.
Hey, well, I would never bet money on team comp picks because they are insane, as we saw last game. Another breach pick and Lav this time on the Reyna.
And it might be that forward motion that we saw from Lav earlier. I mean, most of the time, a lot of the time, first out and everything, maybe this is the pick that we can see Lav, finally pop off with.
Sorry, no, that is not Lav on Reyna, by the way. That is Bluefman. That is, it's just a little bit of a glitch in the...
It appears some
overlay.
of the names are a bit mixed matched here. I've got some things confused.
Hey, it's all good. Bluify is the expected Reyna pick, but the Brim possibly being picked out here is also another interesting pick. What do you think about that one?
I think it's going to be a little interesting if it's locked in. I mean, I'm seeing. I think is that a double initiator over for NOB? I mean, it's going to be an interesting gameplay, especially with that KO pick. I think KO is pretty casual for Ascent. I think I've seen it many times. I've played it a few times myself. I'm hoping to see some good lineups and some great info from Oranges over there.
Yeah, especially on attack, KO really is a lineups agent. Not only with the flashes, but also with the great mollies coming out, especially ones to clear places like Gen that you see so commonly. So now that the map is loading in and we know the team comps coming out, which are very non-typical for Ascent, how do you think this game is going to be playing out in terms of the ebb and flow?
I'm thinking, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, they really did put it into gear. Seeing them come back, a fifth member now, it's a 5v5 on equal ground. The agent select is definitely a little interesting for me because both teams have double initiator, and I'm not 100% on how I feel about that. Is that normally typical for Ascent?
Well, it's certainly not typical to see a Breach Sova. You see Sova KO normally, but each team you see only has one half of the pie. So coming in now, you have a pretty typical default from Team NOB and a pretty typical defense setup from Mismatch Socks.
As we get into this, I think we're going to see our first confrontation on B. Almost little to no info or noise on A.
But the
Oh, and a
contact
one.
up top cat. Oh, Alex noting it. And dashing into the wall and getting picked off by B-caps early as the entirety of NOB starts flooding in through tree. Lav able to get 2,
Spike down A.
but unfortunately, 2 get traded out. Lav getting a third.
Standing.
Dying to Ulias's shock dart, putting Stella into a 2v1 against Booker and Ulias.
It looks as if they're slowly regrouping, and
Unfortunately, Stella's going to be put into the retake situation because Booker's got the bomb on B.
and that's going to be a free plant from NOB. So they get that bomb down,
Spike planted.
and we're seeing. And Brimstone's coming up, but Stella's going to have to re-clear the entire site. Looks like a beautiful lurk on mid as well. Might be able to catch Stella off guard.
Yeah, now that Ulias is known, or now that Stella's known, Ulias is walking up and boom, just like that.
There it was. Bringing the match. First point to NOB. That pistol round, giving them that beautiful buy they need. Mismatch Sox is going to have to eco, or they can force and risk it all.
Yeah, that was honestly a great tree contact by NOB there, and it looks like they're going for a very similar setup this time. How do you think about that on their buy round, though?
I mean, for their buy round, I'm thinking we're seeing a bit of Bulldogs here. I'm hoping we're going to see a few kills with that. But it looks like we're getting some contact up. And first kill to Ulias!
And boom, 1, 2, 3, just like that, Ulias kills all of Mismatch Sox that were pushing, and boom for a fourth! Now Ulias is on for an eco ace, but Stella is trying to go in instead for a flank. Oh, and with perfect timing too, Stella could get some value here.
That's exactly what it's looking like. But the trip stopping dead in their tracks. And the trip goes down.
They're just trying to feed Ulias a kill now, it looks like. Stop it, but no! He swings wrong and Stella's able to get 1.
Taking away that possibility of an ace and tries to hide in the smoke but gets picked off. Oh, and Booker getting the round for their own team. NOB comes out to 2-0.
It was some unfortunate timing for Ulias swinging the wrong side, but it was still good value by Stella. Able to get 1 kill on an eco round is not terrible.
I mean, and not at all. I mean, absolute good. I mean, great plays along the board, especially by NOB securing that site at lightning fast speeds and just completely flipping the table on Mismatch Sox with their eco play.
Looks like this time though, I might just get a free B site because what is Mismatch Sox to do with this non-existent defensive setup? Odin, maybe. Oh! And the Odin gets spammed back by Ulias! Now NOB's in a 5v4 and they have sight! Even though they have worse guns. Pretty bad for Mismatch Sox here. Rangers and Villager both trading out with Bluify getting another Villager. That's a 3v3 retake, but the bomb is down and it is kicking. Works out, and Bluify able to get 1. Booker able to get a second. 2v1. Oh, but the whiff comes out, and Orangers with a 3rd kill to end off the round for Mismatch Sox.
Yeah, but their first round won. However, will they be able to bonus? I mean, it's looking like their eco's going to be a little tight here in this next round.
Yeah. It looks like this round, going to be doing... Looks like this round we're not going to be doing clear comms, and instead, we're just going to see another pretty interesting setup, pretty basic setup by NOB, just 4B main and with the Cypher lurking.
spam comes out. No kills to be found. There's nobody standing there. This knife lineup might lead to some good info for them, though.
Yeah, 3 were spotted in main as Booker gets the lurk kill, though. And now it's a 5v4 in favor of Nob. Looks like one rotate's going to come out. Just Odd Toaster going in to help Booker. Everyone else in Nob is staying there.
Still waiting for any kind of noise to indicate that spray needs to come out from Stella. They sit there with their Odin.
Here? Oh, they do, but it doesn't matter because Bluefly gets one and dismisses out. Forcing back into
The
the
dismissal,
4v4.
but still intends to fight, but eventually just giving it up, packing off. So we're still waiting for that. And there's that B out. Now is Stella forced to watch within a smoke, praying for anything. As nothing comes out of it as the spike goes down.
Retake's not far behind. This match sucks coming in fast, but Odd Toaster killing one, but just getting 2 more. But Odd Toaster on the flank is just too deadly. Getting a second, putting Alex in a 2v1. Oh, and Alex doesn't even know. Oh, ring around the rosy. Wow.
And an excellent attempt, but sadly, just ending it there. It sounds like I believe we're going into clear comms.
Do we want to go back to the
No.
default, or we want to just go A? What's the plan, Jay? They've got a lot of ults for retake here. They've got KO and
Nob.
oh.
Nob.
Knob? Reyna wide.
Nob.
Bobbing?
Knobbing.
Nob.
Nob.
Got him.
Nobbing.
One out B.
I'm smoking
In
her
mid.
logs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing
Nob.
bomb. You're fine.
Nob.
Nobbing
Hit
knob.
this side, baby. Let's go.
Knob.
Nob.
Heaven.
Nob.
Nob. Nob.
Could be trade.
Nob.
Planning default. You let double push tree.
Knob.
Nob.
One enemy
Nice.
remaining.
Nob.
Keep going.
Nob.
No. We're darting. Heaven.
Knob!
Nob.
Knob!
Okay, let's stop acting insane.
My bad, I did not pick up
No,
what
it
you
was
were putting
very
down.
impromptu. Very impromptu.
Okay.
It was
I just saw
very
the bot join.
impromptu.
Let's see. B.
They still have both initiator ults for retake here. They're close on Brim ulti as well, both duelist ultimates.
Yeah, they're. Yeah.
Let's go for.
Okay.
I'll
I'll go
I'll
back.
hold A main if we want to try to run the
Yeah.
default.
Yeah.
They smoked top cat.
Nothing
Oh, that's
seen B.
so many A.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
B.
B.
Go B. Accelerate.
These are late lurks.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
join
to
out.
spawn
I'm gonna
with
join
you,
out.
villager.
CT.
We're rotating through spawn because of how many are tree.
Yeah, I'm smoking market and CT.
Site is not clear. Site is so unclear.
Actually, I can only
Nice
smoke
tiles.
one. Put their backside.
Nice.
Nothing backside.
Planning for spam. CT
I'm
jet.
nading CT.
I'm smoking CT.
Out market dead. Okay, let's stop.
One more market.
I can't see.
One flank.
Flashing. Flank. Behind UB, to your left.
Last flank.
Flank.
Last flank.
Could be market. He could have ran market.
I'm with you,
I have
villager.
to reloading Odin. Yeah.
let's
On
see where
site. On site.
Okay.
Can you tell?
Lane. Oh, sorry. Stairs. My bad.
Masterclass.
Yeah, he ran market. Yeah.
Got it.
That was
Nice
a
shot.
big fatal. Yeah.
That was
Shit.
huge.
Alright, they're fully
Nice.
go.
Well, 2 great rounds of clear comms down, and At first there, I thought they were speaking their own knob language. I was so confused.
I completely. I mean, I kept track. I don't know what you're talking about. It was, knob.
I haven't
Absolute
learned, I haven't learned
beautiful
knob yet, I'm
gameplay
sorry.
and even amazing, much more amazing strategic plays there.
Indeed, but I mean this round, now that the entirety of Mismatched Socks almost is holding B, Knob goes A, with Lav the only person to hold. But able to get one as the door closes.
Almost gets that second.
Lupai and Stella though, both getting great kills with their eco weapons now. We into a 3v2. Look at how late Bluify and Alex are. Good Brimble coming out, pushing both of Knob's members on the site, but Stella gets traded out. Julius kills, but Bluify in the 1v1 with the bomb. Barely any time, getting shocked once, but is this thing gonna come out? No! Julius going right instead of left to win the round.
And a very close match indeed, as it just leads to the victory for Knob, 6-1 in their favor. And it's just, I mean, their plays have been so on point so far, and I mean, it sounded like their comms even more. What are your thoughts? How can Mismatched bring it back?
Well, honestly, I think they need to be a little more proactive. They've been peaking a little bit, but the ways that they've been doing it have kind of been unfortunate. Their key defense as well is just kind of weak. See, like what Lav is doing right here would be great and devastating, but let's do it properly. And then on the other end, Bluify as well. In a pretty great lurk position. Wow, and look at that. Just like that, 3 down. 2 from Orangers, 1 from Bluify. All from being proactive. Once again.
Wow, and beautiful shots as well. We're just getting that 2K, as we might be seeing some contact here near A. As Lav preps and gets ready.
But the timing!
But
He didn't see
barely
him.
misses it!
Toaster has not been spotted. Oh, wow. And gets the free kill off it, too.
Last player standing.
Oh, but Stella with the op. Bring on close one. One shot on Julius, though. Julius does get one. Takes the bomb plant. But not quite able to kill Alex. Putting 2-6 for Mismatched Socks.
Oh, man. And I mean, a valiant attempt. I mean, trading out the Odin for the Vandal, do you think it was the right play there?
Oh yeah, the Vandal has so much more potential for 2v1s. When you're kind of crouching there with the Odin, you're just a sitting duck there for Vandal. You can be much more mobile.
I suppose that's true, yeah. Never really thought of it that way. And I mean, goes to show the experience they've got under their belt.
And speaking of, they're about to shred Lab. Never mind, this Lab gets 2! Instead of getting shredded, he became the shredder. Alex gets a pick on the other side. Lab gets a 3rd onto Julius. One for a 4K. Does get flashed and picked off. Now, Villager in a 3v1. A pretty bad position. He's getting whispered. There it is.
Bringing the match to Mismatched Socks as they continue. This fire within them, this confidence they're bringing to the table now, they just keep pushing it forward. Even with, like, as we saw before, and they're still bringing the same type of energy. I love to see it, bringing it 3-6. Still Knob's favor, but Mismatched Socks showing that they're not slowing down.
Yeah, this round, Knob doesn't have much eco left. they have to kind of force buy here a little bit. And if they lose this round, they could be in some trouble. NOB is just going to be a try to hit B-Pass, but this time, this match Sox is ready. Able to push the entirety of NOB back.
And with insane info right off the bat, almost driving them away from hitting the site.
Yeah, sending both dogs by fade, both of them just getting spammed out. And now just Lab swing into this 3v1. Oh, but Booker does swing into the op. Getting picked off. Now the 4v2 coming out in main. Lab able to get one, but Ulius immediately trading him out as Bluify tries to go for a lurk angle. Bluify able to get one, able to get two, but not quite on the third. Villager losing the round to Alex, assassinating him.
Come in, let's go. I got things to do.
Bring him into a 4-6, but again, they're just winning round after round. If they keep this up, they could end the half 6-6, giving them that advantage that they could be looking for when they switch over to defending.
Yeah, 6-6 would be absolutely amazing because this is a rather defense-sided map. So Mismatch Sox needs as many rounds as they can get here.
Exactly.
A little more passive here. Yeah, even putting a trying to put a Cypher Trip in A main.
I know exactly where you are.
Not taking the first move with Booker.
They're just slowly working mid. NOB able to get basically all of mid control, pushing the bottom mid. But Lav able to get two! One onto Toaster and one onto Booker. Now it's a 4v3. NOB is kind of scrambling here.
Dead.
But not all hope is lost because Villager gets the pick on Orangers too.
Grabbing that 3v3, they can still pull it ahead.
They can, but Lav might be deadly. Unless he whiffs! Lav whiffs! But Ulius kills him, but Stella still able to keep some semblance of control, killing Villager with the op.
30 seconds
He's
left.
invests the showstopper here. Able to take A-Site for free, but is it gonna be enough? Oh,
Spike planted.
spotted by Stella.
Player standing.
Still not able to compromise on it. B-Caps killing Stella here, putting Alex into a 2v1. Lux is on full HP, but both of the members are on 1. Very low.
With that bomb down, the time is ticking.
Oh, and I think
Slowly
Alex is
clearing
aware.
as much as they can.
And what can be done against the Soval coming out? Alex is just gonna try to push it. Walks into the crossfire. Wow.
Winning NOB their next round brings to 7-4 NOB's favor. Bring us to the
Whiff
last
by
round.
Lav was devastating. Could have cost them this next round too, because now NOB is confident. In this round, once again, you see NOB not actually going toward mid as they had last round as much.
In fact, there might be a little confrontation almost immediately towards A.
Just trying to take that early A main space because they know it should be pretty easy to take. And once they've pushed the person holding A back, there's many rotates guaranteed to happen. Blue Eyes cleared out B too, so in the eyes of NOB, I think the rotates are pretty justified.
Absolutely, and we're going to see a bit of action here as they start to actually back up a little. Maybe playing it a little smart, though, as A does seem a little heavy stacked.
Launching smoke.
Bluify in this same lurk angle again, and because of that, he's able to get the early info. And look at that, 3 members of Mismatch Sox already rotated because of it. Bluefy is going to get thrown out here. Oh, but is able to get one! And since they're Reyna, able to get out for free. Breach out being invested by
30 seconds
NOB.
left.
Is it still going to be a meat grinder? Yes, because Oranger's able to kill 3! And Lab with the lurker.
And we're
All
just
over.
bringing it out completely, taking it 7-5. And still in NOB's favor, but Mismatch Socks showing they're not too far behind.
That's the hard part of send attack, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The hard part's over. Now we can take a moment. Everyone take a deep breath, right? Collect yourselves. Think about their comp. They're very, very good at like focused, hard pushes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got the double duelist, they've got the Fae, they got the KO, and the stims. So we can expect that from them. We want to force them to play slower. The slower they play, the better it is for us. We know how to play our comp, especially against slower teams. So we're going to be very, very well off here if we can just push them back. And I think the goal here is either play push-pull, like push-pull is the word of God, or hard retake. Either of those two, depending on the round at hand, will be very, very solid for us.
Okay. Nick knows how to play the game, so I'm gonna have to play anti-KO, but
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do we do the Booker trip first round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna one-way A main this round. I'm gonna just jiggle it. Alright.
Okay, that works.
I'll hold stun. Actually, no, they can.
Yeah, and an amazing motivational speech coming out from the carry of the team this round. Looks like NOB, if you'll notice here, Ulius with 21 kills on the half. Insane for Sova.
I mean, absolutely.
Mismatch Socks is doing exactly what NOB predicted. Going fast. Yeah, they plow right through the one-way utility. As Fade utility comes out. 2 already falling off of NOB, Orangers and Alex. Wow. An immensely powerful sight push there. And not much jumping. Mario, unfortunately falling.
Down.
Able to get 2 more. Putting it into a 3v3 now. 3v2 now. They have Brim Molly lineups.
And would it be a scent without him?
Nope. Oh, and Alex kills Ulius. 5 HP? Oh, wow. The 5 HP didn't even matter. Lab owns Villager to get the round off.
Dreams are a funny thing. One little twist.
Locking them into the round win, bring it 6-7. Still NOB's favor. But again, Mismatch Socks just showing that they are breathing down their neck. And they're here to hang them up like dirty laundry. My goodness.
Yeah, that A push was so powerful that it looks like they're doing it again. And surprisingly, NOB doesn't go for an eco stack here.
I mean, you know, when they say when it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, this is a cool lineup coming out by Leon here. Able to scan 2 and both players spotted, but still Toaster getting 1 with the shorty. Oh, and BCAP's getting a second. This could be devastating. Bluefy getting killed by utility. It's all falling apart for Mismatch Socks.
As long as they keep this tempo and don't continue, they might. Well, it doesn't matter.
Julius spamming Bluefy spamming Orangers through the smoke. And now Booker. Here's the road to. Is Booker DC? Alex trying to jump over the trip, but instead unfortunately not gonna be seen. Surprisingly, Booker did not calm to the team that Jet was rotating, but
Spike planted.
Rob knows now.
As we see the team begin to swarm in on their location, can they still bring it back? No. It was 1.
By Alex. That's all I can get. Wow.
And the dream ends as Nob secures the round despite all odds.
That was an amazing eco round right there. Peeking back and forth on those shorties, ping-ponging left, right, left, right. Those two opening picks just made it impossible for Mismatch Dogs to get any sort of momentum, and they were put into the grinder.
Absolutely. I mean, an amazing shredder it was with two shorties on each side. I mean, wow.
But this round, it looks like Mismatch Sucks is trying to go for an A split rather than an A push, which may be more appropriate for their eco setup.
Revealing area. Found them.
We are scanning fours, Villager and Bluify, both trading.
Bring them down.
So now it's a 4v4, which
Last player standing.
turns all of a
Spike
sudden
down
into a
A.
1v3 as every single player besides Lava FX falls on Mismatch Socks.
I mean, almost completely unaware of what's happening. I mean, it's happening so fast. I mean, this 1v3 gets a dink, but it's just not enough.
Unfortunate, but still, for an eco round, Mismatch Socks had some good damage. They had damage on all players, and they got 2 guns off.
Absolutely, and hopefully with them full buying this round, it brings them to their what they need
Really
for
mid,
success.
Just take the Razor Benet, like fight for it, and get that Razor no matter what. That's
I'm
our
playing,
win
I'm
con this round.
playing back dice this round on A. I'm not taking chances.
All right, throw the one way.
Stunning.
Okay, I got scanned.
There's at least
It's
a couple
smoked
here.
off tree.
Yeah, it's a tree.
Two pushing cat.
I'm taking A main.
I'm ready to flash tree.
They're mid cat, mid cat.
Be clear. Hot mid.
One A main.
Up mid. You are here.
Yeah. Dark out.
Spike down A.
We got bomb in tree.
Bomb.
Two main.
We
I'm
got
holding on,
bomb.
not
We got bomb
banging.
in tree.
We have no mid smoke. Or we have no more smoke.
I gave mid.
Oh, I got.
I'm holding with you, Toaster. Let's hold. Let's hold.
Yeah.
Villager, can you watch behind us?
Yeah.
Hold steady.
Thirty seconds left.
One more.
Last player standing.
One more.
Darting.
Behind.
Nice. You're so good.
Shot, Villager.
Good job, guys.
Literally looked away for a second.
That's exact. That's always
That's
when it
when they
happens.
showed up.
That's all.
Wow, an amazing 4-player crossfire setup by Knobs there once they got the bomb.
And it really brings in the game for them as they win that round, bringing it 10-6, still in their favor. As I mean, Mismatch Socks got really close to bringing it to them, but they just kept pulling forward, and they continue to do so.
Socks is starting to sweat now. They must be, as they're just going for a simple B main contact. Nothing wrong with the death ball, though. Oh, timing. Contact's made as Booker is one tap by Bluify. Now they're all coming out. Mismatch Socks getting a free sight. Julius able to get one. Bluify trading out.
Beautiful swings and peaks as everybody starts to group up, ready to swing out and push all together.
Retake is going to be tough, though. Ray's trying to satchel out into lane, but getting immediately killed by Alex. Now, 2v4 retake
Last player
on
standing.
Toaster getting taken out. Looks like the 1v4 here is not happening as Villager opting to save.
Yeah, there's a bomb prep to go off. Villagers saving the gun. But will he get... And he gets noticed, ending the round with no gun saved from NOB. Mismatch Socks taking it.
That was a pretty convincing round, too. That B death ball was amazing, especially that opening pick by Bluify on Booker just made it so easy to hit B because the cypher was gone.
Absolutely, and a gorgeous flick as well. I mean, outstanding. Really showing it how it's done.
Yeah, and once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hiding from the dart. Go into contact B. Some missed Odin spam coming out by Booker. I'm not sure that he knows the lineup for spamming. And now drone coming out mid. If this match sucks, it's B now.
Right here.
What did Booker do? Well, it's not Booker.
Wonderful.
It's Julius with an ult. Fortunately, not quite finding enough. Booker able to get his one, and these Omen smokes coming out to help Booker. Oh, but he swings out at the wrong time, and now 4v4 retake with the Raze ult. Lav gets one on the Julius. Caps strikes back. Bluify. On Toaster, back sight, killing Stella. Now a 2v2 for B-Caps and on top.
Last player standing.
No, Bluify getting both in the round with the 3K.
And I must say, I mean, clearly their gunplay is something to be feared by NOB as they keep coming out with these kills, you know, these great angles, great flicks, great shots, and it's just running them through, really. I mean, as we start to see them all gather up at A again, I think we're going to see quite similar tactics done.
Yeah, the Deathball contacts worked out pretty well, so I don't see why they should change it, but we'll have to see what they're cooking now. Could be a fake.
One suppressed.
I know if you'll notice, Bluify and Julius have been absolute carries for each of their teams. Bluify with 20 kills and Julius with 28. Absolutely insane. Now, Bluify not quite getting spammed. 13 HP, but as Reyna has the opportunity to recuperate that.
If they could just find a single kill, as we might be seeing it here in a moment. As as Booker gets off the ult and instantly gets a second one.
Get off that perfect Sova dart, and now Lav getting picked off there, putting this match really high. Again, a situation we've seen multiple times. Now players and getting dominated.
No choice.
30 seconds left.
This time it looks like contact about to be made with Villager, and on Toaster getting the first kill on Oranger.
Last player standing.
And Booker getting the second kill on Alec. And the fourth. Still up.
Managing to get a few picks there and trying to whittle down their numbers. It just, unfortunately, wasn't enough. Bringing it to 11-8, NOB's favor.
Hey, but now, Knobs doesn't have too much money. If Mismatch Sox can win these next two rounds, they could be doing good. And thankfully, it does look like they're going back to their typical Deathball setup that we'd seen them had so much success in before.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're getting an Odin lineup here.
But a good one at that, because now Orangers is down. B-Caps gets a second on Bluify, too. Absolutely wonderful defensive setup there. Right able to spam the rest on Orangers. Still able to do a lot of damage. Now coming out, a perfect stand by Sova, but still seeing nothing as Orangers is on Toaster. CT. Ow.
A beautiful shock dart still to land another kill.
Utility this round's been amazing.
Absolutely, and it brings it to a 2v4. Are we still hitting the site?
Oh, it looks like Oranger's being left as a bit of a decoy, possibly.
I got the spike.
No, the spike's down as Booker gets one, but he's gonna find a second. Alex, situation. Unfortunately, whiffs, but still, Oranger's 3v1 with
30
1
seconds left.
Bomb is on site, but every single other player in the hub is being made.
Burning out hell as much as possible.
Spike retrieved.
This is just ridiculous. Nob's preparing to play attack.
Flash.
But a perfect flash coming out, but he doesn't have the bullets. Gets one, but not quite enough as Booker swinging to trade.
I mean, that beautiful display, though, of gun discipline, switching to your sidearm instead of trying to reload, and a great showing of still this determination to win that round, swinging another person with still only just a classic, trying to do anything to secure the round.
Yeah, looking towards this round, is Mismatch Sucks gonna make the same mistake as last time, getting into an insane util dump, or Nob's not ready for the same play a second time in a row?
It looks like Nob's still lining up for that Odin spam. We're gonna see it right now.
Standing ahead.
With a perfect dart coming out, but not quite early enough as Bluify able to kill Ulius right before he gets the pick. And now B-Site's free. That's in a 45 retake.
Securing B-side as much as possible. The bomb goes down as we're going to see some action here in mid in just a moment.
Oh, and it looks like Stella's running back for lineup. Typical Brim. Every single person at Bob play off the breach ult. Now Booker killing the lineups player, but Lab getting out every single player, and now Booker's all left. 1v3 in his hands, but playing the high-low, and the running gun nerf coming out here to see whatever that was. Unfortunately, Booker's got us.
Damage leads to the kill, everybody knows. So, but unfortunately, not enough as it ends the round. Still 9-12 though, with Mismatch Socks attempting to take it back. Will we see them bringing it all the way back, all the way to, I mean, potentially 12-12?
Yeah, all they need to do is learn how to hit that hard and fast at the perfect time, just like they did that round. The only rounds they've won on attack so far have been the rounds where they've been able to just slam through Nob's defenses, which is what I want to see.
Absolutely.
This round too.
And hopefully that's exactly what we'll see as we enter this next round.
Contact made, and Mismatch Socks instead opting to just back up in a main, regroup, play it a little slow, but Mom knows exactly how to play it slow, and unfortunately, just like that, Villager kills Mismatch Socks carry. So what's it gonna be from Lav, the lurker?
Find you.
Not much as it looks like Lav's just gonna continue to try to work.
Potentially looking for any grounds for that info, but nothing coming of it as they slowly
I'd like to
begin
mention
push up.
Mismatch Socks fake rotated twice this round.
It did, yeah.
Oh, trying to pick before his ult runs out. Res, but no, it's gonna be a 4v5 retake for Socks. Turning now into a 3v5.
Great information gained. This
Oh, but
my!
a perfect flash! The Orangers with the whiff! Now it's all up to the lineups.
with still the ult in hand, with beautiful post plant play.
The
Can we
molly.
get the molly off?
Oh my god. Is it gonna be time? Is it gonna be
everybody
time?
dead, but the molly's still on. Can they manage to defuse?
No, they can. And it looks like that is the game.
Oh, and a beautiful attempt.
Win.
But unfortunately,
Wow.
bringing NOB to the 2-0 victory in the entire match. 13-9. Wow. I mean, beautiful. By both teams. I mean, great plays. It's just unfortunate for the first map.
Hey, well, the second map was significantly more exciting, and honestly, I really do think that Knobs just had a comp that countered Mismatched Socks there. It was hard and fast versus slow and methodical, and it looks like in the end, as competitive matches go, slow and methodical won out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, playing to the objective and just. I believe I think we can pull somebody in from NOB for an interview, right?
Looks like we're getting Ulius actually, who got what 30 kills or 31 kills that game. And he's here.
Hello.
Hello, Ulius. What an amazing game. Great showing. I mean, what are your immediate thoughts after the game ended?
As soon as the game ended, I was just super genuinely happy with like the way that my team has been putting forth as much effort as they could. Especially like we've been doing a lot of scrims lately, and the biggest focus has been like synergy and chemistry. And I don't think that I don't think any of us could have asked for more from what we ended up getting. It was just really high level, high quality vibes throughout both maps.
Yeah, we listened to your comms for that round where everyone was saying knob knob. What was the deal with that?
I mean,
To keep vibes high, because Team Knob at the end of the day is simply that. I think that's been our biggest thing, is just keeping that chemistry, keeping those vibes high, and having a round where our goal is to say nothing but Knob, and still indicate our intentions and energy as effectively as possible. Not only is it funny for the clear comms, it's also genuinely effective for keeping our communications energetic and lively.
I mean, absolutely. It did seem quite very lively at that for the knob round. I'd be calling it, I suppose. I mean, it just how if you don't mind, how long did it really take for everybody to get so used to being able to just do that?
We've done it a handful of times, and the theory behind it was it wouldn't matter how many times we do it. It just matters what happens coming into it and going away from it. So if going into the round, we haven't been very very high energy, then it might come out as just, you know, we consider like not doing it if the vibes aren't already at a certain level, and then heading out of it, the goal is to keep things as energetic as that. So how many times have we done it before? Not a ton, maybe a small handful. But every time that we do it, it does everything to just improve the quality of our communications.
I mean, yeah, I think I have to agree with that because I mean, I did notice that, like, I mean, with an entire round of just knob, I'd imagine your understanding of what each other is doing just becomes very vital and probably quickly adapted to.
Yeah, it's very it's really something special, because we're just communicating with vocal emphasis and the occasional ping. it just goes very. It's very fun to do something like that.
That's fair. Well, you know, looking into the future, right now that you've won this game 2-0, and now that you're guaranteed a pretty decent seed, something 11 to 13 ish, in champs, how is your season going so far?
Our season has been very, very good. I'd say, I always like to say, like, everybody at the end of every game says, "Oh man, I wish I could have done something better. I wish I could have, I wish I hit that shot, or I wish I was in the correct position here. I wish I heard this comm." Um, Everybody has something that they want to work on, and that's also true on our end. We always come away from a match with something to improve on looking forward, but that is only that's only a negative if you don't address it. And we've always taken the time to address when mistakes happen. So win or lose, we look to improve after every game. And so in that sense, it's been an absolutely 10 out of 10 season for us within the Underpeel community and just for us as a team.
That's amazing.
I mean, yeah, and then so what do you think for your chances are for a champs run?
For a champs run, I mean, I may be a little bit biased, but I have to say Knob on top. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it has to be. I fully believe that Team Knob has easily enough potential to go all the way.
Well, the vibes definitely have a chance to go all the way, I think. I mean, from the rounds we heard your timeout speech, and that was honestly kind of moving.
I do my best.
I mean, it was, and then, but for champs, I mean, who would you be most scared or afraid of going against for your team as it is now?
There are two teams that come to mind straight away. The first team that I have to say is Team Nib, and that is a genuine answer because the last time that we played them, they beat us 2-0 on and one of those maps being Haven, which we feel pretty confident on. It's a bit of the personal connection as well as it is the just the nerves of playing against teams that we were consistently collaborating with and scrimming with. It's a challenge mentally to push past that and move towards just playing the game that you know how to play. So definitely, I'd say number one on the list is Team Nib. They are a very formidable team, and yeah.
Would you say there's a bit of a rivalry going on between you and Team Nib, or is it just one sided? Are you guys just your targets on them?
It's a rivalry in the sense that we both like to try as hard as we can for every match. I talk with all of the people on Team Nib all the time, and we definitely have our back and forth, our bit of banter. But I would easily confidently say that they would be as excited to go against us as we would as them. Same goes for nervousness to go against us as we are as them.
Oh, that's amazing. And then, Brad, did you have any questions to chime on in?
Well, any follow-up questions? I guess considering that, is there any final comments you have for all of the viewers watching today?
Well, I just wanna put it out there. We were talking about this during the bind match. Our opponents today, I have nothing but the highest amount of respect for them in what class acts they were in regards to map 1, considering they were playing on a 5v4. It's a very daunting thing to go through, and they handled it really, really gracefully, really respectfully, and I think on Ascent, if we weren't already as hyped up as we were, if let's say Ascent was map 1 5v5, they are a very, very formidable team, and so I just wanted to shout them out with nothing but the highest level of respect.
Yeah, and I guess to end it off, do you have any other shoutouts?
Well, apart from that, just another shout out to Team Nib, our sister in scrims, and honestly, everybody on Team Nob as well. We all just had an amazing standout moment. That last round on Ascent was single handedly, I would say, was won by Villager watching that last person coming up the flank, or excuse me, that would be second to last round. Excuse me. BCAP's always the ever such a level of confidence that she's developed over the season. Very, very great stuff. Toaster coming in as the sub for the weekend and fit in like a puzzle piece. Absolutely, like, just really, really solid from top to bottom the entire weekend. And then of course our team captain Booker, playing his heart out and always just like pushing to play his absolute best. The entirety of Team Nob has just been a complete pleasure to play with all season, so I want to shout them out.
And honestly, how wonderful. I mean, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the interview. And honestly, a wonderful showing of sportsmanship and being very respectful to everybody involved. I think it's a beautiful thing that a lot of people are missing nowadays.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And with that, I believe, well, thanks again for coming out to the interview. I mean, appreciate it. No, and then I believe if Brad, if you had nothing else, I think that would wrap it up.
I think so. It was a great interview. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me up.
Yeah, we'll see you later then. All right, looks like that's going to be about the end of it. So, final comments going into that. Those two games were... The first game was surprisingly exciting for a 4v5, and the second game was pretty close too.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, thanks to everybody, the players, the viewers. I mean, the season's been amazing as we start to enter for the champs, I believe. I mean, we're getting what playoffs will start. I believe that was December 6th, correct? If I'm not mistaken, Brad.
Yep, champs begins December 6th. In fact, if you look down bottom right, that's this whole schedule right there posted. It begins December 6th. That's all you need to know.
Wow, and I think we're going to be doing so much more before and even after. We're going to be announcing that there's going to be a group drawing tomorrow at, I believe, 8 p.m. EST to be the great reveal of the champ schedule for everybody to be looking at. And I mean, it's just going to be quite an amazing thing. I'm so hyped. Everything's going to be going on. Wow,
Yeah,
I mean, it's exciting times.
Indeed. And with those final announcements made, remember, be there 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be doing great. So everyone, once again, this was me, Brad the Bra, and my co-host here.
Yeah, 200, and honestly, it's been a blast. Thanks for everybody coming out. Remember to follow, come up to the next stream.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.